We're going to move to the arm. The arm, the proximal part of the arm, the one closest to the torso, is the humerus. Okay? The humerus is the proximal arm bone. All right? Moving distally, okay, you have the distal arm bones, okay? Now here you can't say medial or lateral because you have the action of rotation, remember, supine, prone, okay? So depending on which side you are, supine or prone, you are going to change the medial and lateral part of the bone. So we have to refer to the distal arm bone somehow, and we're going to say the distal arm bone on the thumb side is the radius. Okay? Distal arm bone on the thumb side is the radius. Alright? And on the pinky side is the ulna. Okay? The ulna is the distal arm bone on the pinky side. Ulna. Okay? So I like to think of the distal arm bone on the thumb side as rad because it's radius, rad. Okay? Ulna is on the pinky side. Very similar to the tarsals. Okay, you have three groups of bones in the hand. You have the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges. Yes, the phalanges are the same for the toes as well as the fingers. So the wrist bones are the carpals. Okay, they're the most proximal of the hand bones. Closest to the torso are the carpals. There are 7 carpals. Each one has its own name, which you don't need to know any of them. All right? But they're all together known as the carpals. Distal to the carpals or beyond the carpals are the metacarpals. There are 5 metacarpals. And similar to the toes, the phalanges are the fingers, and there are 14 of those bones as well. Okay? Because there's just 2 for the thumb. Alright? Phalanges, fingers, metacarpals, and carpals. So how I differentiate between the feet and the hands, remember I step in tar and I drive with a car. Drive with a car. Okay? All right. The coloring book is another resource that you're going to use to learn the anatomy for circulatory massage. Here are the specific pages that you need to go over for this section. On page 29, you have the humerus. On page 31, the radius and ulna. Page 33, the carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. The 3 groups of bones in the hands are the carpals, the metacarpals, and the phalanges. The distal arm bone on the thumb side is the radius. The distal arm bone on the pinky side is the ulna. The proximal arm bone is the humerus. At Healing Hands, we have created this practice guide to help you learn the anatomy for the circulatory class. It is available for download in the Study Resources section of this page. Keep in mind that this is a new language, and just like learning a musical instrument, the more you practice, the more fluent you are. There is space for you to write the answer for each part of anatomy that you need to learn. Remember, write it down, copy it, and copy it again.